What's up, YouTube? How you guys doing? I'm doing freaking incredible. It is September the 11th, about 1 o'clock right now, and I'm just sitting outside the gym waiting for Dylan to show up. We are going to have a good training session today, and as I say that, there he is. Hopefully he doesn't come and interrupt what I'm about to say. I just wanted to take a minute of your day to thank everybody who's been showing up and watching the videos, leaving likes, dropping comments with any sort of constructive criticism, you know, areas that I can improve, because it's not always easy starting off in this kind of thing. There's obviously a lot to take into account, and I can't get it all right on my first shot, but I think I'm improving, and I really appreciate all the feedback you guys have been leaving. I also really appreciate everybody who's subscribed. And anyways, that being said, I'm super grateful to finally be able to do this. You know, not having the confidence to do this was a problem I struggled with for a very long time. What's up, dude?
It's a good vlog. Nasty.
But I'm finally doing it, and for that I'm super happy. I'm so grateful you guys are checking it out. I remember back when I was like 11, 12 years old, all I wanted to do, because I spent my entire days just gaming back then, was make YouTube videos, primarily Call of Duty commentaries. That was my life, and I loved it, and there's a fly attacking me. But then now I'm doing fitness, which is really, that's my biggest passion right now. I spend so much time just trying to get better at it, trying to learn more, trying to help other people, and I really love it. That being said, guys, we are just gonna go in and train with Dylan today. Should be a short little workout for me. He's probably gonna have a longer one. I'm gonna push him pretty hard, I think.
Good leg day.
That it is. He's gonna do some legs. I'm gonna do some push, just moderate intensity, high reps, high sets, and just a lot of time and attention until my shoulder flares up. Then I'm gonna have to call it a day, and that's it. So after this little workout, I want to go home and make a short little video on nutrition. It's going to be very basic information, but I notice a lot of people have a hard time with even that, so we're gonna take the time to really probably talk mostly about calories in and calories out and what you guys do to either gain or lose weight. And anyways, it should be a good one. I'll see you guys in the gym.
pour my face as I work out.
Go. Love this for you.
Fuck, that's heavy. Holy fuck. One more.
Go, go, go.
Okay. I feel like I have Prop Ross on me. You want to interview me? So my workout's been doing okay. And,
Yeah, you're doing good.
Increasing my weight on the leg press. Gotta work on that fucker right there for my hamstrings. Little baby hamstrings I have right now. And the squat. Can't forget about the squat. That's the most important thing. And then that's it. Balance too. Thanks for keeping up with me. I'll see you on the next vlog.
Alright guys, back from the gym. Just finished mowing the lawn here at home. Workout could have gone a lot better. Like I said, it was a push day and I was trying to get a lot of volume and a lot of reps. Didn't manage to get any of the above. As soon as I started to do anything for my chest, really I think I started with the incline dumbbells, I immediately felt a lot of popping and cracking in my shoulder and it just really didn't feel good. It immediately started to flare up, so I called it. I called the chest off. I went and tried some flies, which was probably not the best idea. Usually if you want to use machines, you should make sure you're properly warmed up to do so. And that I wasn't. Obviously I hadn't hit anything prior to that. I mean, I did my traditional warm-up. I got my general blood flowing a lot, but I didn't have anything going to the chest or my shoulders, and so it wasn't very good. That's okay though. There's always tomorrow, there's always the day after. Next push day might go a little better, maybe it won't. I'm taking it one day at a time right now with the shoulder and seeing how things... Anyways, I told you guys I wanted to take the time to talk about very basic nutrition. So essentially, when you're trying to lose or gain weight, it's all about calories in and calories out. Everybody will talk about hormones and how you should eat a certain amount of macros to affect your hormones in a certain way, or you know, take this fad diet and you'll instantly lose weight. But at the end of the day, these diets that you guys are trying and these other ways of affecting your hormones, all that does is really affect your calories in and calories out. So now that we know that, what do we do about it? Well, I think the answer is pretty simple. You guys need to be counting your calories. Counting your calories is a very tedious task that I know not many people like to do, but it's one of the essentials if you're trying to track your progress, whether that be in a bulk or a cut, which, by the way, I don't believe in bulking and cutting. I believe in steady growing in maintenance, or very slowly allowing your body fat to drop while you're still trying to put on muscle at the same time. Of course, severe deficits do exist, but that's not always the most ideal situation unless you're really preparing for some sort of contest or something along those lines, or photo shoot or whatever it may be. So how do you count your calories? Well, I'm sure you guys have seen nutrition labels on the back of food packages and drinks and whatnot, anything basically. It all has a nutrition label, and almost all the time you'll be able to find the calorie count on there. Now, are they accurate? Not 100% of the time. In fact, I'd argue that they're probably never really accurate. They're close. They can't lie too much, but they are allowed to lie within a certain margin. So often we get a package that says it's 100 calories, maybe it's 120 calories, right? So it's not always very easy to track right to the T, but we try our best, and that way we can make more progress than we would otherwise. So when you're trying to count your calories to put on weight, ideally you want to be above your maintenance. Now, to find your maintenance calories, what I always suggest people do is track what you're eating regularly over a week. And in doing this, you're going to see how many calories you're eating every day. Try to find that average, and also watch the scale every day. If you're seeing that you're staying at the same weight and that average, it's more or less the same every day as well, you'll know that that's about your maintenance calories. So from there you can begin to play around with it. If you're trying to put on weight, I wouldn't suggest more than a 300 calorie surplus over that to start, and same thing if you're trying to cut weight, unless you're really trying to be aggressive in it. Of course, I never suggest being super aggressive in a bulk, because then you just end up putting on fat, and it can lead to all sorts of problems, eating disorders, body dysmorphia, We don't want that to happen, so I really suggest taking it one little bit at a time, progressively adding more as you go, allowing your metabolism to catch up as you put on muscle. So how would you go about choosing what to eat while you're in a deficit? So when you're in a deficit, it's because you're eating less calories than you would otherwise need to maintain a certain body weight. When you're in a deficit, you're going to be hungry a lot of the time, and it's not very fun. It might be easy at first, but eventually it really starts to attack. Ghrelin starts to get released, and that's your hunger hormone, and it's telling you to eat, 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 eat. So what can you do to prevent that? I always suggest having a high protein diet. This isn't necessarily to be able to better put on muscle, but it's much more for its other effects. So protein, first of all, has a higher thermic effect than, say, carbohydrates and fats. This means that as you eat protein, it increases your body temperature, and your body then has to regulate itself, which is in turn burning calories. So essentially you're burning more from eating the protein. This is very well known, and that's one of the main benefits of eating more protein. The other is that it is more satiating per gram. By that I mean that you can eat, say you're eating carbs, chances are you'll be able to eat a lot more carbs in terms of grams than you would be able to for protein. So let's use chicken breast and pasta, for example. You'll go eat 2 bowls of pasta, no problem. Sure, maybe 600 calories a bowl, but then if you have 2 chicken breasts, chances are you're not going to get through that second chicken breast, not necessarily only because of taste, but because it's really filling, right? You feel much more satisfied, you feel much more full from the protein. And on top of that, we can obviously make the claim that it helps build muscle. So going back to the whole bulk and cut thing, I don't really believe that it's necessary to have a huge bulk followed by a big cut. Usually what ends up happening is people are eating, thinking they're putting on a whole lot of muscle and kind of neglecting the fact that a lot of it becomes water and just fat. And then they get to a point where they are not happy with how they look anymore, or they've reached a certain amount of weight and they're like, okay, time to cut. They begin their cut and they are cutting very aggressively. And what ends up happening is throughout their cut, they wind up losing a lot of that extra muscle that they might have been able to attain through being in such a large surplus. And so the end result winds up being essentially the same as if they were on a steady surplus, where they were just trying to increase their calories by, say, 300 over maintenance all the time, 3, 4, 500, and steady putting on that muscle throughout those months. So now getting into sustainability of a diet. I briefly mentioned this in, I believe it was my second video. You guys have to enjoy what you're eating. If you don't, it's not gonna last. If you've got extreme willpower and you got the most elite genetics for that and you're freaking top of the line, like hardcore, you might last. You might be able to tough it out on a very extreme diet, you know, your typical chicken, broccoli, and rice, or tilapia. I'm sure you'll be able to make it, but it's so rare that there are people like that. So what I suggest is finding ways of taking foods that you like and reiterating them in ways that are more healthy. And by that, I don't necessarily mean all organic, and you know, I do appreciate being able to eat organic, and if you are one of those people who are able to do that with everything you do, hats off to you. I'm not one of those people. But what I mean by healthy is having more low calorie dense food. So that could be, say you really enjoy pizza. Okay, you're gonna make your pizza at home, and you're gonna use, say, a flatbread that has less calories than your traditional crust. You'll use a low-fat cheese to try to get the same thing out of the cheese, just with less calories, because it has reduced fat. And fat, guys, is 9 calories per gram. That's a lot more than it would be for protein or carbs, which is only 4. So then you'll throw in your veggies and some form of protein, and you'll have, say, a 400 to 500, maybe 600 calorie pizza and you can eat the whole thing, as opposed to maybe a 1,000 something calorie pizza, which is a huge difference, right? If you're eating 4 or 5 times a day, that little difference between the amount of calories on each meal adds up real fast. Don't forget, guys, 3,500 calories is a pound. So that goes both ways, up and down. So anyways, guys, I think that covers most of what I wanted to cover. I probably forgot a couple things because I typically do that. I usually say what I want to say and then leave and realize, shit, I forgot to say what I wanted to say. Crucial, but it's okay. I will wind up talking more about nutrition in the future. I think it's very important that we do talk about this because a lot of people don't really understand what's going on when it comes to nutrition. It's one of the most common things I get asked. You know, what should I eat? How should I do this? What kind of food should I try to implement for breakfast or for dinner, or what kind of snacks can I have? There's all sorts of things like that, and I'm gonna help you guys answer those questions in the coming weeks or months or whatever it may be. But for now, I think we're gonna call it a day. I really thank you guys for watching. Again, I'm so grateful for everybody who tunes in, and if you made it this far, you're a blessing, and I love you. I hope you guys enjoyed. Drop a like, leave me a comment letting me know what you'd like to see in the future. If you got anything you'd like me to research for you, or anything you think I might know that I can help you guys answer, feel free to leave it in the comments for a video, or even DM me on Instagram. Whatever it is, I'll try to get back to it. And subscribe for more, guys. I'll see you next time.